Hi everyone, welcome to our channel, and here is the new video on what is English literature, and this is the complete introduction for beginners. If you are a beginner and confused about what exactly is English literature, what do we study in it, and why is it important for exams, then this video is perfect for you. In this video, we will understand what is English literature, why it is important, and how students should study it for exams. And let's jump into the video. What is English literature? Now we will see the meaning of English literature, what it basically means. English literature refers to the study of written works composed in the English language. Yes, English literature is nothing but the works that are produced in English language, and the study refers to English literature. It includes creative and intellectual expressions that reflect human life, society, culture, history, thoughts, and emotions. In those works, we can observe human life, society, various cultures, various histories, and various thoughts and emotions expressed by the writers, poets, novelists, and authors. English literature helps readers understand life through language and imagination. Yes, in any literature, language is the key medium. Here, English is the medium, and in English literature, we understand the life. The readers of English literature understand the life through the language and the imagination of the authors, like poets, novelists, and other writers. And now we will see the major forms of English literature. As we all know, English literature is divided into majorly four forms. They are poetry, novels, drama, and prose. Now we will see, yes, here you can see poetry. Now we'll talk about poetry. What is poetry? Poetry is written in verse form, and it uses rhythm, imagery, and figurative language. Yes, poetry language is different from the prose language. Here, poets use rhythm, imagery, and figurative language in their poems. And through the poems, they express imagination and emotions. And the examples and types of poetry are sonnets, lyrics, epic, ode, ballads, elegies. There are various types of poetry forms. We will discuss later in the upcoming videos in detail about all these poetry forms like sonnet, lyric, epic, ballad, elegy, mock epic poem. We'll discuss about everything in detail in the upcoming videos. And the second form is drama. And drama, which is written to be performed on the stage, and the writers who write dramas are known as dramatists. Dramas are also known as plays, and the writers who write plays are known as playwrights. So the dramatists and playwrights is synonymously used. Drama and play is also synonymously used in English literature. And through drama, dramatist represents human actions and conflicts. Yes, drama represents human actions and the conflicts between the characters and the conflict within the character. And the major types of drama are tragedy, comedy, and the combination of the tragedy and comedy. The other type, that is tragicomedy, it is the combination of both the forms, that is tragedy and comedy. And as we all basically know that tragedy ends with the sad ending and comedy ends with the happy ending. And in the third type of drama, that is tragic comedy, it it includes both the happy and sad parts of the drama. And the major examples are plays by various dramatists, especially by William Shakespeare. And William Shakespeare's best known tragedies are Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth. These are the major tragedies written by William Shakespeare. And the other dramatist, that is Christopher Marlowe, his major work, that is Dr. Faustus. This is also one of the greatest tragedies ever produced in English literature, in the history of English literature. And the third form of English literature is nothing but novel. Novel is nothing but long fictional narrative which is written in prose. And in novel, we can see the major focus is on characters, society, and psychology of the characters and psychology of the society. And it is the long fictional narrative. When compared to the other forms, this is the longer version. And novels are basically known as pocket theaters, and it includes hundreds of characters, hundreds of dialogues. And the major features of the novels are plot, character, theme, and setting. And the final form, that is prose. Prose is written in ordinary language and which deals with facts, ideas, and reflections. Anything which is written in the ordinary language is considered under prose form, which includes ideas, facts, and reflections. And the major forms of prose are essays, biographies, autobiographies, and short stories. And again, here I am asking you, I'm giving you a small task. Who is the biographer of Dr. Samuel Johnson? Who is the biographer of Dr. Samuel Johnson? And what is the name one more question. What is the name of the autobiography written by Mahatma Gandhi? So these are the two questions. If you know the answer, let me know in the comment box. And if you are new to our channel, go to our channel, subscribe to our channel, and see the content. If you find the content useful for your preparation for your English literature career, then subscribe to our channel, share it to your friends. As we move further, what is the importance of studying English literature? The study of English literature helps to improve critical and analytical thinking. Yes, by reading English literature, by reading any literature, it improves critical and analytical thinking of the reader. And by reading literature, we can develop language and communication skills. And we also understand social, moral, and cultural values. Through the works, we can understand social, moral, and cultural values. We can imbibe good and positive, optimistic values, and it enhances our imagination and creativity. And preparing for academics and competitive examinations. Yes, most of the students who belong to English literature, they study only for the academic purpose and also for the competitive examinations purpose. And English literature as an academic subject. Yes, English literature is studied at various levels, at undergraduate level, postgraduate level, and the students who are preparing for competitive exams like NET, that is National Eligibility Test, conducted by NTA, that is UGC-NET and UGC-NET English, and State Eligibility Test English, conducted by various states, and MA English and PhD entrance exam. And also job related exams like degree lecturer English, junior lecturer English, PGT, that is postgraduate teacher English, TGT, that is trained graduate teacher English, school assistant, which is conducted by the district selection committee, that is the school assistant English, and also to become assistant professor. So we study English literature for all these reasons, and it is English literature is both a humanistic and analytical discipline. And now we will see the periods of English literature. Yes, whenever we are starting any, whenever we want to read or whenever we want to study anything, we should read or we should study in the order. So here in English literature, it is divided into various periods, and again each period is subdivided into various sub periods. So we should study in the chronological order, which means from beginning to end. Then only we will understand this stages, understand the periods, understand the society, understand the contemporary conditions of that period, thinking of the writers, characters, their themes, and the imagination, how it evolved and how various forms used during certain period, and how language evolved from one period to the other period, and how the rulers changed, how the governance changed. We can observe all these things, we can understand all these things when we study English literature in chronological order. So here we have the periods of English literature. English literature is divided into different literary periods. So there are Old English period, the period from 450 to 1066 is known as Old English period. And then Middle English period, Renaissance, Romantic period, Victorian period, Modern period, and Postmodern period. Yes, in our YouTube channel, we already created a video on periods of English literature. In that video, we clearly discussed about each period and the time duration, time period, and also the major writers during that period and the major works produced during that period, who were the rulers and what were the conditions and what was the basic thought of the writers during those periods. And we also discussed the subdivision of various periods, like Renaissance is divided into Elizabethan period, Jacobean period, Caroline period, and also Puritan interregnum, which is also known as Commonwealth period. We discussed all those things in detail. So go and watch the video on periods of English literature to get clarity on the periods of English literature and how you should study in the chronological order. As we move further, and each period reflects the historical, social, and literary trends of its time. Yes, just now we discussed each period, it reflects its historical and social and literary trends of its time. If we study one period, we can understand the history of that period, the historical conditions, historical events that happened during that period, and also the society, how the society was there, and what were the conditions, what was the thinking of the writers during that particular period, and what were the literary trends, and what were the literary forms, literary structures, literary themes used during that period. We'll understand everything if we study about each period. And there is a complete change, complete shift from one period to the other period. In English literature, one period to the next, the following period is the reflection, is against the trends that were existed in the previous period. So it is the reaction against the previous period. Every new period is the reaction to the previous period. So you should study in the chronological order, then only you will understand all these things in detail. And as we move further, who should study English literature? Yes, English literature is suitable for the students of arts and humanities. Yes, and teaching and research aspirants. Yes, those who want to begin or those who want to pursue their career in teaching of English language and English literature, and also to the research aspirants like PhD candidates, and also for the competitive exam candidates, those who want to settle in teaching career of English or any other jobs related to English literature. And also readers who are interested in language, culture, and ideas. Yes, not only the English literature students and readers across various professions, various subjects, various fields, various courses, various branches they even study, who has interest towards English language and culture and ideas, to for the better understanding of the society values, they'll study, they'll read English literature, that is reading literature for pleasure. And when it comes to English literature students, it is reading for both the reasons, for pleasure and also for purpose. And we are going to conclude our video by saying that English literature is not merely the study of text, it is the study of human experience expressed through language. Yes, every writer's works, every writer produce their work only after great understanding of the society, great understanding of, great analysis of his thoughts, then only they'll put it on the paper. That's why it is the study of human experience which is expressed through language, which is expressed through the medium of language. So English literature is the study of life, language, and imagination. And in the upcoming videos, we are going to talk about various periods of English literature and the major writers, major poets, major novelists, major prose writers during those periods. And also we are going to talk about in detail about the major works that were produced during each period. We'll discuss the summaries that are useful for the competitive exams like degree lecturer, junior lecturer, TGT, PGT, school assistant English, and also for the aspirants of UGC-NET English, SET English, and also for the candidates who are preparing for MA English entrance exam, PhD entrance exam. We'll discuss all those things in detail in our upcoming videos. And if you like the content, click on the like button. And if you find this video helpful, share it to your friends and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to give suggestions on which topic should I make our further videos, let me know in the comment box. We'll meet in our next video. Thank you for watching.